Hello all you coin collectors out there, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we answer the question, when is a Canadian nickel not nickel? Well, of course the modern Canadian nickels don't have much nickel in them. They are nickel-plated steel and they have a little bit of copper in them. But for years and years and years, the Canadian nickel or 5-cent coin was made of nickel. That changed during World War II. When they had to use the nickel for other things, they made it from a couple different things. They made them in copper zinc, and then chrome, and then nickel-plated steel. And then finally, at the end of World War II, they returned to 5-cent coins being made out of nickel. Well, the weird thing is that it kind of continued into the post-World War II era with the Queen Elizabeth II 5-cent coins. And this is the 1953 5-cent coin right here. And you can see it just looks way different than these other coins. It does have the dodecagonal shape, and you can see that it's not round. It has 12 edges. It does say 5 cents at the top with 2 maple leaves. Has the beaver on the back chewing the piece of wood. There it says Canada 1953, and all around the outside you have these gear-like symbols here. Now, also over here, of course, it says KG for George Kruger Gray, who was the engraver of this coin. And if we go to the front, we know that this is the first portrait, the Mary Gillick first portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Now, why does it look so different from this one? And this one here, I'll show you, is from 1958. And just look at the difference in these. Well, the reason it looks so different is because from 1951 to 1954, Canada made some of its coins, including this nickel, out of chrome-plated steel. So if we put the magnet down, guess what happens? We pick the chrome-plated steel right up because it's completely magnetic. The 1953, so this is chrome on the outside, it's steel on the inside. You can actually see a little rust there, which is really weird to see a nickel rust because it's not nickel, it's steel with a chrome around the outside. The Canadian nickel was not always made of nickel. It's presently made of a cupro nickel. We look at this one from 1953 though, we also know that this is a very special coin because it is the first year that Queen Elizabeth was Queen of England. Her father died, and that's when she ascended to the throne. When George VI died, Queen Elizabeth became queen, but what she inherited not only was the throne, but these Canadian nickels, which were changed from nickel to chrome-plated steel in 1951 because of the Korean War. So we don't talk a lot about the Korean War in Canada's presence in it. But Canada, of course, sent a lot of troops and a lot of materials to support the Korean War. So Canada, because it was running out of nickel again, it went back to the chrome-plated steel, and that's what we have here, the 1953 Canada 5-cent coin with Queen Elizabeth II, her first Canadian 5-cent coin. They made a bunch of these, 16.6 million of them. They're worth probably 9 or 10 cents, even US, even in this shape here, maybe a little bit more. Say we take a look at this coin. This coin, 56, is actually worth more than the 1953 coin. And the reason it's worth more is that when Canada started to go to the cupro nickel modern coins with the copper in them, they took all the old coins back and melted them down. Because this was all nickel, they could melt it down and make a bunch of different coins, bunch more coins out of it because they went to the cupro nickel. So this is the 1956. If you look, you get a year like 1956. They didn't make many of them, and it's all nickel. And so if you want to get a nickel from Canada, there are not many years anymore because the Canadian government has taken many of them and taken them back in, whereas the coated steel is still relatively easier to get. All right, that's all we have today from the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Have a great day, and we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and to leave any comments you might have in the comments section.